I'd like to call the Educator Effectiveness Committee meeting to order. Hello, Mr. Matt. How are you? Come here, I'll introduce you. It'd be a privilege. An order privilege? Oh, roll call, I'm sorry. Not for Matt.
Dr. Bofi? Present. Mr. Davis? Not here. Ms. Edmonston?
Here.
Mr. Garvey?
Here.
Ms. Holloway?
Here.
Dr. Jones?
Here.
Ms. Lewis? Ms. Orange-Jones?
Present.
Mr. Rock?
Present.
Dr. Thomason?
Present.
Ms. Fauché?
She's not here.
Not present.
Okay, thank you.
Have a quorum.
Thank you. At this moment, I'd like to take a point of personal privilege. I know we've had special guests today, and I see that we have Mr. Matthew Block. Matthew, please stand. Good friend of ours from Thibodaux, and he's also Governor Edwards' legal counsel. So we do appreciate you being here. You have anything to say?
No, I'm just here to see my wife.
Yes, and Elizabeth, another friend of mine, is his wife, and she is the assistant dean at Nicholls State University. Why are you separated from her?
I didn't really know she was going to come in.
We're proud of Elizabeth, and you too, Matt. Thank you. Let's move forward to next item, please.
Your first item is on page 1, item 2.1, consideration of teacher preparation provider assurances for alignment to updated program design policies and teacher certification requirements submitted by Grambling State University. The LDE recommendation is to approve based on submission of signed assurances confirming alignment as outlined.
So moved. Second.
Motion. Dr. Jones and Mr. Rock. Any discussion? Any opposed? Yes.
I'm gonna do a recusal on this one.
Yes.
Recusal. Mr. Laurie Thompson. Any discussion? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 10, item 2.2, consideration of a request from Nicholls State University to offer an innovative residency model. The LDE recommendation is to approve the request for K-12 music as outlined.
So moved.
Mr. Rock and Mr. Thomas. Any discussion? Any comments? I have a comment. Nicholls State is here, and actually I wanted to ask if Grambling was here. Any Grambling?
They were here, but let me know that they had to get on the road. So they came up to me at the end of the last meeting and expressed their regrets. I do know if we have any questions, we can certainly get back to them on it.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Bofi. Appreciate that. We appreciate the universities being here, and Miss Elizabeth Block is here representing Nicholls State. Appreciate their hard work, and they're on board. So thank you, Elizabeth. And is there another school, university? Can't forget Southeastern. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you being here. Oh, Northwestern. Wow, this is great. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry, I don't have your names, but we appreciate you. And Board of Regents is here, right? Oh, yes. Southeastern, yes. Southeastern is here. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 14, item 3.1, consideration of the nomination for membership to the Teacher Certification Appeals Council. The superintendent's recommendation is to approve the appointment of Mr. Arthur Geoffrion, a school system representative representing the Louisiana Association of School Superintendents, to the council for a 2-year term for the years 2019 to 2021.
Motion by Mr. Rock. Mr. Garvey, second. Any discussion? Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 16, item 4.1, consideration of policy revisions regarding teaching authorizations, ancillary counselor certification, and actions related to the suspension, denial, and revocation of Louisiana certificates. The LDE recommendation is to approve as notice of intent revisions to Bulletin 745 regarding TA records reviews and Bulletin 746 regarding educator certification, renewal, and due process.
Motion? Dr. Jones?
Second.
Kira? Orange Jones? Second it. Thank you. Any discussion? Opposed? Opposition? Motion carries. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 31, item 4.2, consideration of revisions to Bulletin 996, standards for approval of teacher and/or educational leader preparation programs regarding education preparation program accountability and program approval for early childhood ancillary programs. The LDE recommendation is to approve as notice of intent revisions to Bulletin 996 regarding the teacher preparation quality rating system and program approval for early childhood ancillary programs. Further, the LDE recommendation is to direct the superintendent and/or LDE staff to convene a meeting with BESE members, BESE staff, Board of Regents staff, the leadership of LACTE, and other relevant program providers to determine the appropriate timing for reporting concerning teacher and/or educational leader preparation program performance and provide a report to BESE at the April 2019 Educator Effectiveness Committee meeting.
Thank you. Motion, please.
So moved.
Ms. Jones?
Second.
And Ms. Edmonds, second. Any discussion? Any opposition? Motion carried. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 37, item 5.1, consideration of executive session regarding the discussion of the character, professional competence, or physical or mental health of a person in accordance with Louisiana Revised Statute 4216 regarding a records review for Brad Goudeau and Ida Curry Holmes.
Can I get a motion to go into executive session, please? Kira Orange Jones. Mr. Rock, seconds. Is there any public comment or board discussion on this matter before we take a roll call?
Oh, no. I skipped a public comment.
You're okay. Are you sure? We can.
Good. Yes, she's good. She's good.
Okay. Apologize.
Already
It
been
was cut. Oh, sorry.
My name is Kimberly McAllister, and I'm just speaking on behalf of the Louisiana Association for Colleges of Teacher Education, and we're very proud of the relationship that we have strengthened and built between the Department of Ed, the Board of Regents, BESE, and the member institutions, and we look forward and are supportive of Superintendent White's recommendations.
Very well said. Thank you. Now, is there any public comment or board discussion on this matter before we take a roll call vote? Saying none? Are these members?
Yes, they are here. Both of them are here.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Dr. Brophy? Yes. Mr. Davis is absent. Ms. Edmonston?
Yes.
Mr. Garvey?
Yes.
Dr. Jones?
Yes, Gary.
Dr. Jones?
Yes, Gary.
Yes, they said yes.
Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Orange Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Rock?
Yes.
Dr. Thomason?
Yes.
Ms. Voce is absent. With a vote of 9 yeas and 0 nays, the vote passes.
I will advise the audience that we will be in executive session for the length of time necessary for the discussion. No votes will be taken while the board is in executive session. All votes will be made in public. Additionally, public disclosure is not required of matters discussed in a properly held executive session. At this time, the Educator Effectiveness Committee stands in recess to go into executive session. Can I get a motion to reconvene the Educator Effectiveness Committee and continue with the regular order of the agenda to vote on the items discussed in executive session? Ms. Admison, second? No. Both men. Mr. Rock. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 38, item 5.2, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of a Louisiana teaching certificate appropriate to the credentials for Mr. Brad Goudeau. The recommendation is to grant, deny, or defer.
Mr. Rock? What would you like? Grant. Second for granting. Any discussion? Opposition? Motion carried. Next item, please.
Your next item is on page 62, item 5.3, consideration of a records review regarding the issuance of a Louisiana teaching authorization appropriate to the credentials of Ms. Ida Curry Holmes. The recommendation is to grant, deny, or defer.
Mr. Rock? Ms. Jada Lewis?
Second.
Second. Is this a grant? Denial? Grant. I'm sorry. Opposition? Any opposed? Motion carried. Next item, please.
This concludes your agenda.